When is the best time to start studying for the SAT?
All right, so I'm just going to assume you want a 200 plus point score increase. So how much do you need to study for that? Well, there's a few different answers. I'm going to say that if you have a lot of time to study, so let's say you have somewhere around maybe 2 to 4 hours a day to study, I think 4 weeks can actually be very doable. The thing that's going to limit you is your quality of feedback. As you might imagine, if you can get a lot of feedback on your practice material, the practice problems you're doing, anything you're having trouble with, then you'll be able to do this really well. So that's going to be the big limiting factor. So again, if you can do 2 to 4 hours a day. Not a lot of people are in this situation, so let's talk about everyone else. If you can study 2 to 4 hours a week, then 8 to 12 weeks should actually be totally fine to see a score increase like this. This would mean that you'd have to manage your time. And if you can only study 2 to 4 hours a week, I am assuming you probably have a busy schedule. So what's going to be the limiting factor here is going to be your ability to be consistent, to stay scheduled, and of course, to get good feedback. Let's say you can only study less than 1 hour a week. So you have less than 1 hour a week you can for sure dedicate to studying. I'm going to say you should probably aim for 16 to 20 weeks. I assume in that time frame you might find some pockets of time where you can study more, so that can definitely decrease that. But the limiting factor here is going to be your ability to maintain the information you're learning. Imagine taking a class just once a week. It's going to be really hard to learn a new topic if I'm only learning something for an hour a week. So you'll need some great way of keeping track of what you already know and learning new information. You're going to be limited here by your note-taking ability. All right, everyone. Hope this helps. Take care.